Yeah, I tried watching those other guys, and they're so lost. And I tried to make a little comment. It was a really good tip. You know, I got a lot of good tips, and and I was blocked. Of course, my comment didn't make it to their board. They got me blocked for saying AGK lacks imagination, comma, they ignore the elephant in the room. You know? Boom. That's all it took. I didn't insult them. I didn't say they were blankety blank idiots. But apparently maybe I should have. I got blocked for just saying, "Hey, I'm being ignored. I'm giving you dang good tips." It says right in Forrest Fenn's book. This is a tip I gave him. I'll show you right out of his book. I just quoted from the book, and because he's got his head up his butt about seeing shapes in rocks and stuff, they gotta block me, and the guy who does the most searching, who lives on the search, is completely ignored. Has no credibility. He's not no credibility. This guy over in Las Vegas, he knows a lot of stuff. He sits in an apartment or whatever there in Vegas. Um, Me in the middle. Did we skip that chapter? I thought they were on to. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, it was on the marble thing. And you see right here, we got highlighted there in yellow. I'm trying to read it backward on the thing here. If I could find a good-looking rock. Okay? That's what I was trying to tell him. If I could find a good-looking rock. That's what Forrest Fenn says in the book. It's a quote from the book, So find a good-looking rock. Like this one here. I'll put it back. It was on the thumbnail. There it is. I found these girls, in some of the rock art, and I cut them out and put them in front of this waterfall picture I had, because, and I tell you, those are some good-looking rocks, Really. Yeah, I'm single, so, it is, of course, all I can find is rocks. And these two are some pretty good looking rocks. So, see, she's sitting here and she's doing a painting of her sitting up there, basically. But this one here is close to the waterfall. This girl here, she's a couple miles away, actually. So I transplanted them from their rocks into the scene here, and it's kind of, the guy owned an art gallery. It's about art. Yeah. Yeah, all those other bloggers that, what was that? The BS guy. I mean, cow laser. Oh, wow. Cow lactose? I mean, cow lasers, yeah. Thinks I'm nuts because I see these things in the rocks. That's art. It's really there. I just crop that out of the picture, increase the saturation, you know, bring colors out, and cut and paste. Put them in the other picture. But you know, they came off these rocks. I grabbed that out. I was reviewing a GoPro video and found them. So, you know. And so, you know, another thing with a Gypsy's Kiss is they're totally lost. You know, to find Forrest Fenn's treasure, it's a state-of-the-art thing. And if you're not in the arts, you're not in the state-of-the-art to find it. And what better state than colorful Colorado to represent state-of-the-art, state of colors, the end of the rainbow. It's Colorado means colorful. A rainbow isn't colorful. He said the treasure leads to the end of his rainbow. It leads to the colorful state. Okay? It's not that difficult. You people need to go back to first grade and study rainbows. Or not. I'm just saying the people that are negative to my search, you know? Like those gypsies are negative in my search. Dale's negative in my search. Oh, what an imagination. What do you mean? It says Fenn there on the rock, and you can't see that with the fish and the two fish hooks? You got to be blind, you know? And what it really is I'm in another dimension from those people. They are on a lower plane, you know? The gods are up here, way up here on the sky, up in the clouds, right? And these people that can't see, that they're down here out of the picture. I'm up here, you know. I'm in a different dimension. They're in the maybe still in the third dimension, but I'm on the fourth, fifth, or sixth dimension, you know. And if you just can't see, you know, they're like flat earthers. They're still in the second dimension. You know, and most people are still in the third, and I'm in the fourth. Forrest is up there too in the fourth, fifth, or he's probably he's the fifth dimension. No, he's not. Okay, and one that, you know, they had Cynthia Meacham on, and they call her an expert, and she flat out tells them, "Hey, I have no idea where the treasure is." Okay, so, you know, so they're getting people they think are experts, and none of them have any idea where it is. And I have evidence of being very close. All of my photos, I've got this set up. I can go through a slideshow of most of all of my evidence. You know. And then as I watch his, you know, that Man Alone guy, he'll cover all the legal aspects and stuff of it and all that stuff. But one thing he forgets about, you have the right to remain silent. So none of that, you know, if you go find the treasure and take it home and bury it in your basement and don't tell anybody, nobody's ever going to know you have it. An IRS has a 10-year statute of limitations. So in 10 years, you dig it up and then, oh, yeah, I found that 15 years ago. Yeah, I didn't, but you can't do anything about it now. Yeah. Yeah, like that. Feeling like that Mexican guy in that video. Man finds Fenn's treasure and he's... Oh, they don't see the art. Oh, man. They didn't see those gypsies up on the rock right across from Brown's Ranch. They can't see that. No. Oh, that's over that state line up there, and that's too far to walk. We can't go there. Yeah. Brown's Ranch, places, and I saw the real estate video of it, and it's like, Oh, that bronze there, that bronze, and that bronze, and that bronze. I bet, Southern Colorado here, the closest good-sized city and galleries are Santa Fe. They don't have as much bronze and, say, Taos as they do in Santa Fe. The big galleries are Santa Fe. So, multi-millionaire up here with 3,000 acres worth, close to $100 million. He needs some art for his house. He's going to go down to Santa Fe and buy it from Forrest. So, Now, I wanted to comment about Brian Lavarco, because I'm commenting about all the other vloggers, Now, he's got some good ideas and he thinks a lot, but his location is not anywhere near where the treasure is, But a lot of his ideas and thoughts are he's got some. You got to go out there and think on the wild side. Forrest said people thought he was weird, that and he didn't get a lot of respect from a lot of people, Some people think if you're doing business, you got to wear a tie and stuff like that, But there's my Forrest Fenn. No, we'll pull him up here. I can't see. Forrest Fenn and Harvey. This was one of my first T-shirts, and it has the rainbow, I think, on the back. The rainbow and the canyon down. Yeah. So, yeah. So why don't I go through and show you some of the pictures of the chase that I've got, and talk about them. And okay, here we go. We double switched. Oh, hit it twice. Okay, so we got the girls. I think this is the so I get the whole screen there. Now just let go of the thing and find the button here. Click. That's an older version of the same thing, basically. I put the Clovis girl there painting. The William Shakespeare about entrances and exits, and each of these tunnels is an omega. There's like 4 tunnels. Each dark ring here is a tunnel. And there's one way down there. There's a little hole. So, home of Brown. That's the home of Mr. Brown. Sold for $88 million. It's right across the street from the Gypsies. There's the Blaze. Fenn. The fish, the 2 fish hooks. It's up on the canyon wall. Right there. Right where it says in the poem. Right where it's supposed to be. There's Old Neck Head. More if I could find a good-looking rock. That's all. The Old Neck Head also represents his ball of string that's missing. He's looking for and it's right there, right in my Aunt Fenn zone, I call it now. And the wood, the art is in wood frames. The art is in the wood. So that's pretty simple. Wood is art. I'm just so here's his helicopter. Here's the helicopter, boom. This is the cab. Here's the bottom of it. Here's the tail rotor. See, there's even a little tail rotor in there. And here's the props up on top. That's his helicopter. Okay? Now remember, when I show you the Biddy's boy and the Rockwell, the 2 places where the Rockwell boy are and all that I got the helicopter too. And I have the Model A Cal with a 50 caliber hole in it he says he took a 50 cal to the nose of his jet, but the 50 cal's actually in the Model A when you get there. This is his totem. Here's, Miss Ford had a face like a can opener. Isn't that a face like a can opener? You ever, in the 60s, we'd open a soda can or a beer can, or just like you used to open a can of chocolate, with a pointed can opener. Miss Ford had a face like a can opener. So here you see in his arm coming down and over, you can see the fingers here. You can see his arrowhead right here. This is his arrowhead. This is the tombstone. So his hand's coming over, and he's holding. There's some more tombstones here, I guess, and figures in here. But I got other pictures. You can see there's figures up here all along his arm. There's a pair of horseshoes up here. There's the pie boy. He's sitting in here. This is his head. This is arm coming over. He's holding a box here instead of the pie. And these are his legs folded under him. It's just like the one in the drawing, except this one's a puffier doughboy looking, but he's in the same position. And the other thing here is the profile of Forrest Fenn on the cheek of the totem. Here's an eye, his other eye over the bridge of his nose. Here's his nose slanting down, hooking. I can stick my pencil in his nose right in there. And it comes down, and there's his lip here. But here at his lip, this is interesting. He's got you see this dark thing right from his lips, this dark hook coming out here. And here's a fish coming up here and biting the hook. Yeah. So, and then, of course, there's his arrowhead. This is his arrowhead. Boom, boom, boom. It is behind this rock, but this is clearly a arrowhead shape. This is the one tombstone. This is, but I was stuck near this thing for over a year. I didn't realize there were more. You see this guy's face in here. Look, here's his eye, his nose, his lips. There's a big, what is he, a tiki or something? You know what I mean? It's just a whole bunch of stuff. And see, here's his fingers. Here's his fingers all splayed out here holding the tombstone. And I went all over this thing with metal detector. Okay. This is the, see, here's Omegas. Here's Omega. Here, see, there's even a guy standing in here. See, it's his head, and there's these legs down here. He's standing. There's another guy right there. Oh, no. Well, the guy's underneath. You can see the face underneath it. But this white stuff is from the book, from the drawing over the guy's standing over the marbles. And you can see that the line of the guy's arm matches the crack through the rocks. And his hand is, the bird is there where his hands are right in here, right? So he's pointing, and it's this eagle in a nest. Okay, next one. Just as, that's what you're looking for stuff in the drawings. The end is in my drawings. And the drawing maps, you go from the back to the front. Well, what's he standing on? A stone. And going alone into these stones with art, basically. I get a lot of criticism solely because they're shapes in rocks. And Forrest seen them, I seen them. No viewers. That's fine. You know what? People that can't see it, that's their problem. Really, it is. I look at it as like, this is so plain and clear. This is Anubis. The jackal-headed god. I mean, this red in here on is it was their natural. Is this? What's not black on here is all natural from the photograph. I did the black to cut out and show you. And there's the scepter with the people coming along here. I got better pictures. They're walking along here and going up into the vortex. And these are people over here running in a big hurry to die. You know, he's the god of the dead. He ushers them to heaven. So they're, excited to be going to heaven or whatever. I don't know. But they're all running to the jackal-headed god. But being here in America, the jackal would have been the coyote. But it's clearly there were figures on there. I'm not an artist to, this is what I see and I trace it out. I didn't create these rocks. They were already there. Forrest didn't create them. And this ties into that he has Egyptian artifacts. This is part of the Denver Museum thing. They have when you go into the Egyptian exhibit, right there the panel shows Anubis. It's the first thing you see going in the Egyptian exhibit in the Denver Museum. And the first thing you see when you get to the museum is the giant mammoth bronze outside. There's a 30-foot tall mammoth out there. It's about art. To walk into someone's house and see a great painting is like finding a great arrowhead laying on the ground or catching a great fish. That's what Forrest Fenn said. And I found some great paintings in nature. He found them too. He had them illustrated in his book. This is the blaze. That's Fenn right up there on the rock. People go, why is the picture fuzzy? Well, if you zoom in enough, you see, you might see like this guy's face here in there. He's inside the N in his name. Look, he's got a nose and two eyes and a mouth. Wow, there's people inside those omegas. And so are these two people, Forrest and Peggy? But you see, there's figures up here on these too. You can see this guy clearly. There's eye, nose, mouth. Here's this guy got a big nose here, and there's an eye socket, eye over here. This place is just covered. Oh yeah, this guy here behind the trees. He's kind of behind the trees, but you can see his eyes. It's boom. That's the blaze. Boom. This is some Clovis art. I really like this avatar face here. See his chin coming around up here. Here's an eye. Here's an eye. Here's his nose. His lips. But he's got a woman and a man facing each other here. And I think, there's another face here, profile. You can just keep finding them in this picture. That was a rock I had to hike to. I was up checking my spot where the Forrest Fenn flying fish is. This would be the from the chapter First Grade, his father lecturing him. Here you see the eyeglasses, the hair, his father's coat and body. I don't know if he's got a monkey on his back or what here. And look, there's another guy back here. But, you know, here's the kid sitting here. And he's like in a chair or something. Where he's got an animal on his lap here. I don't know. You got to figure it. You know, what am I seeing? You know, but this is clearly his father's head. Right in there. That's the father. You know? And Forrest put the drawing in the book because that Rockwell drawing is very similar to it too. So that's why it's in there. And here's his Moses. You know, his Moses. He's on the second level of terraces. And Forrest says it's on the one he has his wooden one at home that's on the second step of the stairway, and that basically is saying a terrace is a step going up the hill. And here you got Moses, you got people standing on the side of the Mammoth here. This guy's arms reaching over. This is the Mammoth trunk coming down. You know, there's other guy here. There's people in there. I mean, let me see. There's a vulture up here. There's a vulture. Where was that other guy? But this is a face here. You can see this stuff's 14,000 years old. So yeah, you're not gonna. And I got other pictures of it, but there's a profile of a face here, and there's another one on the other side of that rock, and it also looks like somebody bending over into this chasm here. And what I think is that's Moses parting the Rocky Mountains. Yes. Going through the Great Divide. Here, this took this picture right along the road. This is actually, the creek goes in between the grass here, and then it goes down to the creek and back up. So I got other newer pictures of it and stuff. But here you can see the anatomy, the eye, the ear, the little ear here, the little ear here. It's like that rock did not know to make the anatomy of a mammoth. And here you see, there's a guy here, here's the head, here's his body, he's standing there, here's his arms wrapped around the mammoth head. He's standing right in front of the eye of the mammoth. There's other people here. Don't pay attention to these people over here having sex. But there's also this face up here, this old man here. See the eye and the nose? I'll zoom in on that. He's cool. And he's got a big beard and a big mustache. That's like Santa Claus. Look at him. See? Here's his mustache. Here's his nose, his eye, his hair, and his beard. It's plain and clear. And look, there's his hands and his fingers right here. Aren't they? These are hands coming up from the old man over there. But those people are doing nasty things. Okay, well, we'll go back to the mammoth here. And look at that. Wow, the guy's head he's upside down here. Okay. I'm not going to go deeper in there. Oh, wow, I just seen this guy too. Look at this. You see him? Look at his mouth here, and his nose, his eye, his hair. This is his nose. Or maybe, I don't know, something else hanging. Sometimes you see it was like an owl, but his nose can be an owl. It can be an animal sitting on it. You know, they everything has other shapes inside it and stuff. They're very, very interesting. Oh wow, this is cool too. See the mouth and the nostrils and the eye. There's a face. There's the eye. The nose, the mouth, and there's just all kinds of things you can find in this. She's hugging a mammoth too. See, There's an eye and eye. This is a face. Here's her arm. Ah, okay. It's endless what I can find in these. There's the helicopter again. I thought I was going. This is the atomic bomb field. Here's the mushroom cloud coming up, and then boom, the mushroom cloud up there. And also you got an omega here. This is one of my first. This was my first search area in this part of Colorado. I went down here and went all around here, and I've been all around this field, up and down both of these, and I got me picture of me standing on a cliff over here. It's GoPro video that's it looks scary. There's the eagle head. It's up on the side of the hill. You see the beak here, the eagle's eye, top of his head. It's a bald eagle sitting up there in the mountain. This is the too far to walk. There are the legs. He's even got, look, he's almost got Adidas on, So, there's the too far to walk, the legs, and look, there's an all-seeing eye. There's a guy in there, right where the all-seeing eye would be. The all-seeing eye's up here, though. He's way at the top. Oh, there's, even more figures in there. Yeah, look at this guy sitting in here, too. You see him? He's facing to the left. Here's his mouth, his eye, his head, and he's got, like, feathers. There's a guy on top of his head. But just, okay, so that's that. But then we had this is up here is Forrest Fenn fly fishing. And the other thing is, this is an alpha. This is a sideways omega. And this is a big tree right here where it says the wood. And if you zoom in to the tree, right in here, here's a fish. There's the mouth of the fish. This V here is the eye of the fish, and this is the fish here. This is a fake treasure right under here. On my phone, it's there's some text over. Somebody posted over it, but yeah, there's some. It's a fake treasure there. What do you think of Pop 400 feet? Well, I tried to tell him that his map was just a little bit wrong. There should have been a creek on the top of the Gray Road, forking with the other one before it goes under the road there. There should have been another creek. There was a fork of the creek right above that culvert he had that went straight off the left. It matches one of my areas, but it's not really. It's close to where, but he's got the wrong thing about the other road. It's that is close to an intersection near there, but so what we see here is this is Forrest Fenn up here on top. You see his eyes, his nose, his mouth, his hair, his arm coming down. He's holding on to this bird like in Avatar. And he's flying, right? So you see, here's the bird's wing is down. He's in the downward stroke, Here's the bird's head, and his beak is right here. This is the beak of the bird coming down in there where the fish and the treasure are. But that's not a treasure. That's a decoy. There are lots of decoys. It's really tricky. This thing right here is not the treasure. It's a rock. And look, it even looks like here's the shoulders, and here's a head here, and another shoulder, and it looks like a guy sitting there holding the box. And well, it's hard to see but there's a stick. There's a stick coming out here, and you see this like faded like white line. This like line coming down here. And it comes down there. The higher resolution picture of this is, you can see it, and it looks like a fishing pole coming out here and the line coming down. And that would be Forrest Fenn fly fishing. He's riding on a bird and fishing. That's fly fishing. And also this looks like, from a distance, it looked like these are legs, and this is somebody's behind. This is their backside, and they're reaching in under the tree, you know. It looked like the backside of a brave reaching into the wood. But if you're brave, you're going to ride in a Model A towed by a buffalo, and or you're going to ride on one of these birds. There he is again. This one, I think you can see. Yeah, you can see the fishing line coming down in this one. You see it comes down. There's a hook. And there's the fishing line going up. Boom, boom, boom. And here's his pole. There's his fishing pole. And there's the line dropping down into the well, the root well of this tree. You see the ground's up here, but this is like a hole around the bottom of the tree. There's even a face down here looking up. But the ancient people, this is not natural formations. You know, it looks very weird because it's from 14,000. This is a ZPU gun. This is a ZPU gun. I got one, like my mind's imagining it here. This is an actual ZPU gun. Boom. And this is the rock equivalent. There's a face on that rock, even another one inside there. No, just too much. We won't. We're not looking for that. It's not near there. This is the Biddy's boy, and you see the kid there. I mean, this is taken with my drone and stuff. And I hiked up there, and I've climbed around his face and looked in all these crevices and all that around him. And where his pockets are, where his hands in his pockets. What was that? Oh, Skippy's helicopter is a tow truck gearbox. This is the Rockwell boy. But you see right up here, there's a guy. There's a guy here reaching inside. He's got a hole in his head. This guy's reaching inside. This guy's coming to help. This guy's looking over here at this guy. Whatever, you know. It's just very strange. And look, there's even like a guy standing here. There's a leg, and he's too far to walk. This guy's got a paddle. Maybe. Or maybe it's his arrowhead. He's sitting there and stuff. There's just some weird things going on in there. Like I said, the artwork that these people did there's, you know, like a guy's eyeball can have a whole nother person inside it. And this is how close they are together. See, this kid here, he's right here. The other kid, he's right up there. Okay, is this another big head back? See the eye? There's another person hiding back there. And I don't know. You know, I'm looking for the figures that are in the book. And there's, you know, like this guy, this is a face in here. You see the two eyes. It's just weird. Okay. There's his airplane. You can see the fuel tank underneath the wing. This is a wing. Bink, bink. Okay, it's got even probably the Air Force on. I don't know. Here's the tail fin. Boom. Here's the cockpit. Boom. You know, and here's the point of the plane going out there. This is his plane. I can't zoom smaller. Sometimes these pictures, if you don't see them, at whatever size they are, zoom out or zoom in, and you might see the stuff. But this is right by, these are the double blazes over here, the middle fingers, and if you turn them upside down, you'll see the cats. I think I got a picture of that in this folder. I'll get to it here. There's his, if you should ever think of me when I have passed this veil and wish to please my ghost, forgive a sinner and smile at a homely girl. I got some t-shirts with him on the back. Here's the, there's really a clue. This picture was taken in the Fenn zone. For where was all, all the directions. I added the signpost to this with all the stuff on it. And then you just turn it sepia. And everything matches. It looks like it's right there in the picture. And this one is forward. I have another one where I have Fanatic backwards because Forrest mirrors a lot of images. These are Gypsies. Here's the Gypsies. Someone was, I think, asking about them. There's, girl and there's the other one. See, this is an eye, this is an eye, this is her nose. She's got a bunch of lichens on her nose. But, you see, there's another profile of face right here, looking at her. And there's other faces hiding in the cracks. See, like this guy here. There's a guy right there. His eye, nose, mouth. And he's got a body. There's maybe a woman under here, cause she, but see, eye, nose, mouth, and she's got her arm up too. But these are the Gypsies up there dancing. Okay, and so where he would be laying under the wagon, this wagon would have been, to see the Gypsies, you'd be laying at the home of Brown. And Brown had regular music festivals until 2009. He had music festivals on his property. And he just died of cancer in 2013, I think. So, yeah, those are the Gypsies. This is the double blazes. They have double omegas. You got double blazes, you see. And this, you see a cat in there. One cat right there. You get cat ears, whatever. But, this is a middle finger and this is a middle finger. And then if you, I'll do this. Turn it upside down. You see the cat there? There's the cat. Okay? The cow, he had the cow's tail tied to his stool. The cow yanked the stool out from under him. He gets flipped upside down. And then what you see is the cats and the cow udder. There's Forrest there, maybe. This guy in here. You see eye, a nose. Wow. But there's a cat over here. And I think there were other cats I seen. There's this guy here. He's sideways. Okay, next picture. This is the his driftwood that's in Once Upon a While. That's his driftwood. Over here is, right below the blaze, the fish with the fin and the fish hooks. This guy's looking up at that, and there's actually the couple of birds and nests up above him. So, this guy resembles his driftwood. That's why art can be in wood, stone, metal, whatever. Art can be in paint. Art anything can be art, according to artists. That reminds me of I went to a music festival, and it said on the outhouse door, it said, "For artists only," and it's like, oh, so if you can shit a masterpiece, you can use that bathroom. You got to be artistic when you go. Even aliens. I found aliens in the search. They're up there on the side of the hill, not far from the eagle. The eagle head and stuff. They're pretty close to him, and it's above the double blazes with the cats and the jet. And fee fi fo fum. That was fun. I figured. That's how you got to be creative, you know. Here you see, there's his face, his eye, his nose, his mouth, his hair. You can see other figures behind him, though. But this is, see, he's got his hand down here and a hand up here. So he's holding that fishing pole. And actually, there's a, I won't say, because this is my end zone, you know what I mean? Here's another figure holding the tombstone. Look, he's even got like, it almost looks like he has a suit, you know? Looks like he's got an Air Force hat, even. There's another figure holding the tombstone. You know, I found his one totem. You want to see his face closer? He's got a nose and two eyes. And there's another figure over here next to him. There's another head. See, little thing. You know, they're not all scale. Here's my Indiana Jones rock. You see this sword going up. This is his hat. And you see his eyes either side of the sword. And his hands holding the sword here. In front of his mouth. That was below the thing with the eagle and the rock. Here where warm waters halt. Where warm waters halt. They dropped a cord or something with a weight on it, and they let it down 1,000 feet, and they didn't reach the bottom. And it's the deepest hot spring in the world. Next, I won't go any further. You know, that's a big ass tip. Okay, so you know, I take his drawings, have fun. This was one of my campsites that I use. Free campsite, you know. So I already showed you. I found the rock thing with the lumberjack. His knee isn't quite up, so you know, high and stuff. But this is the hear me all and listen good. Skull, the ear horn. If you've been listen all and hear me good. If you are brave and in the wood. Oh, it's worth the cold. If you are brave and in the wood, I give you title to the gold. Well, if you're brave and in the wood, you're going to be into the art. Wood is art, and not necessarily the art in the wood, but all art. And you'll see the head, the ear, and the ear horn alongside the ear there. That's an ear horn. For hearing, for the hard of hearing. Y'all aren't, a lot of people aren't listening to me. The Model A cowl. I took a .50 caliber to the nose. This is a gas cap. So these, I've got this piece, but these pieces here, I just tossed them into the woods next to where I found this. They're in the inside of the D. This is his friend. This is a gypsy wagon. Boom, boom. And it's there where warm waters halt. And you go from there. The gypsies are down the tarry road. Not, it's way too far. You got to drive. Too far to walk. I have said that a searcher was closer than 12 feet from the treasure. It is unlikely anyone that got that close and not find it. So, it should be visible to you from 12 feet away. Now, it could be on the other side of a rock or on the other side of a tree, but I think that he can drive there, pull off the road, get his binoculars, check the treasure or something that's covering the treasure, and if it hasn't moved, then it's still there. He doesn't have to walk to it. He can see it from a road. There's the blaze. Boom. Fenn. Fish hooks. Another picture of it. Oh. Now you see here, look at this guy. Oh, man, look at this. Eye, his mouth, his nose. He's got a girlfriend here, I think. There's her eye and her nose. She's looking at him, I guess. Or no, she's right here. I see her. Get a circle around her head. There she is. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's her. Okay. Because this stuff's so eroded and stuff. If we go and see even closer here, you can see there's another guy sitting up on top of his head. Forrest I'd be sitting on some guy's tombstone. But this guy's sitting on this guy's head. And as far as I know, these are memorials to people that lived 14,000 years ago. Look at this. See this guy here. Look at that mouth, the nose, the eyes. Here's another guy next to him. He's got a nose. He's looking off to the left, kind of. Oh, shoot. Is that a mammoth? There's a mammoth. There's a trunk coming down. It's Clovis people and mammoths. Looks like a... But, you see where I'm going. I thought the mammoth worshippers were up here. Maybe it's a bad angle of them. Oh, yeah, there they are. Okay, here he is. Here's his head buried into the head of the mammoth. This is his shoulder. This is his backside. There are other angles I'll show you later. But you see there's a face right here on his behind. You can see that clearly. This is his behind, his leg coming down, knee bent. And there's another guy here behind him. Oop. I got lights on. That might help. Yeah, there's that guy behind him. See, I'm kind of outlining him. Here's the mammoth worshiper guy. This is his arm. Okay, well, we'll go on. See, there you can see him right there next to the tree. It might be easier to see. You see the back of his head, and he's got his head in the mammoth. The art. Yeah, you reach a certain point, and it's all. So this is, I put, because I got so many bird in the crescent. See the crescent up here with the bird in it? There's the bird, the eagle up there on a hill. Here's a crescent with a bird in it. You can see the eagle feet right here. And this is a bird, his wings are stretched out. This is an eagle, and you can see there's a man there too. People in his, it's all over the place. Okay, I'm just gonna go on because there's the wood. Someone was asking for the shot of the wood. This is, we got W O O D. That's wood. Okay. The Model A was up in this area in the D. It's Brave and Underwood to ride with Skippy in that Model A. And I've been all over these meadows. And this is actually, the bottom is a steep hill. And you can get to it down this way or from up here. Up at the top. You know, where'd it go? Oop, up this way. You can get in coming down this way. Or you can hike in the other way over there, you know. But this is in a canyon. There's the Moses again. You see what I mean? There's a guy bending over here. That's his tail end, his two legs. Ink. Okay. And he's reaching into this crack in the canyon wall. You see her? Wow. Sometimes I see stuff that I ain't seen before. And look, there's other faces there. Hey, Steve. Hey, I couldn't handle them gypsies, man. There's the worshipers. You see his head here, and he's got his head mashed into the mammoth's arm. Damn. Okay. So they got these figures, you know. You see, there's just stuff all over these rocks. See, the mammoth is, where'd he go? Where's Moses? See, he's way up here. But I'm going over here to show you. You look at all of these. Look at this guy here. I mean, this is really, really Indiana Jones stuff, man. Hey, you know, if you can't see that guy standing there, I can't help you. You need an eye doctor. Don't ask me to help you. You see eye there, and chin. He's got a beard. I can tell because it comes down further than where his chin would, you know. There's a guy laying, look at this face in here. There's the mouth, the nose, and the eye in the eye. This guy's looking up, see two eyes and a nose and a mouth. Here's an eye here and a nose up here. Oh, the way up here. Let's go up here. Now, what's that? A dog or a beast? Or see, there's figures in there. There's a guy over there. There's an elephant. Look at that elephant trunk coming down, curl up. That's what I like, when those elephant trunks come down and curl up. And here's this guy here, and he's laying. See his girlfriend underneath him? That's what I mean, man. Here's his eye, his nose, and here's his girlfriend right here. Look at her eyes right there. And look, she's got yellow hair. Okay, this is, I mean, it's a blast. And I look at these, and what else is in here? Well, this guy's sitting up here. You know, and there's somebody right over his shoulder. Eye, nose, right behind him. I'm over on the edge of the picture. I can't slide it more. Yeah, it's oh, too much fun. Somebody sitting there. The legs come down and spread out here. There's a face right in there. Can't go anymore. Look at this guy up here. There's an eye, his mouth, his nose in the middle, and he's got like a multicolored turban, or is that a snake on his head? I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. And there's Moses. There's stuff down below him. And even these dark figures here on the wall. Look at that. See the face in there? It's kind of like the old burqa thing. And these must be ancient Muslims. No, there weren't any Muslims then. Here's, you know, look at this smiley guy. Look at his eye. His big smile with all those teeth. Yeah, there's a couple of heads here, it looks like. Because there's a eye there, and a mouth, but then there's the other face here, and there's a face. There's one in this one here with the eye and the nose pointing that way, and this guy's looking up, and this guy's looking up. But this other guy, he's kind of looking across to the left. And look, there's a guy laying here, the nose, the mouth, the eye here. He's laying there looking up. And there's the guy up here. Look at him. Boom. Here's the nose, the eye, head, the mouth. It's so layered. I might run out of names. Wow, look at that face, too. Wow, can you see him? Can you see him? Oh, he's cool. See the eyeball? Look at his eyeball is amazing. Look, his nose comes down, and his mouth. And he's got like a helmet on. But this is somebody else standing here next to his face. It looks like these are big boobies on her. But and he's right next to the smiley guy here. And there's a guy coming out of the side of his face, too. It's like Ezekiel had a... See, look at his body, too. So this other guy's head and face down here is actually the other guy's body. And these are his arms coming across. I saw one thing, it looked kind of like a car they had. Yeah, see? See her in there? Got an eye and a mouth and a nose. There's other figures in here. Okay. Now, you know, we can go on and on and on with I can just keep finding figure after figure out in here, you know what I mean? Yeah, see these people? See him? Boom. There's people over here. They are just all over this thing. I'll go move on so we can end this video someday. There, see, like there's a mammoth. The eye and the trunk coming down. We're here next to Moses again. But okay, the next picture was pretty much the same as the last one. These are like, I call them stone igloos. You can see, and it's an arch, an omega, and these are, you can see blocks. Like the blocks have been stacked, and see they're cut and stacked, and then it's got a stucco over it. And some places it's come off where you can see the blocks underneath. I've seen like tombs, but they're more like memorials because there's no bones or bodies. And you see, here's an omega. There's another one over it. I don't know. You know what I mean? The omega is a common thing for these tombs. This is even an omega. Omega here, you know? Up and down, up and down. These are two omegas, or three, or who knows. But you see, even here, there's this guy here. This is a memorial. They're tombs. These are almost like the guys in England in the floor of the church. You know what I mean? So, you know, and it's usually it's this guy, and this is probably his wife inside. She's got a cover on her, like a shell. Some of them look like they were covered, or there was maybe a building covering them at one time or something. I don't know. The one I got yesterday looked like that. Like, look at this guy. Boom, here's his shoulder, here's his nose and eye, his mouth. That's a J.D. Salinger quote. This is the temples up on top. This is a big Mammoth temple. And you see right here, there's this guy in the throne. There's a big head, his shoulder, his arm coming down, even his hand right here. Just dry, not going loose. But you see, there's another guy back here in his throne. See his eye, his nose. He's on a throne too. And here's a little head there, and there's little people in here. And there's even a little guy standing right there. Right here, you see, and he's looking up in there into that darkness. But this is a big head here, right here too. Look at that. So, what it is, see how close this is to this is the top. This is the top terrace. They're on the top terrace. And I can go up this slope because to get straight up there, this is straight up cliff once you come out a little ways toward the camera here, you know. So, but I can walk up the slope behind and get up around and on top of the hill from the other side. And then I can come down in here and explore all this. That is going to, oh man, I expect to find maybe Clovis points. And see, there's a guy here. There's an eye, his mouth. He's almost a cat. He's got like a cat nose and whiskers. I don't know. Curled thing there, I suspect tusk trunk. You see people standing around in here. They're not people, they're rocks, okay? But the rocks represent people. That's why they're all here. You see, there's figures everywhere. This guy, that guy, the guy here. It's crazy. And you see what this thing here, this is like a tomb. Think of this as the cover of a tomb, basically. And there's a guy laying here. His head is up here. And see the blankets folded over. This is like a bed, and his blanket's over him in his tomb. And he is laying here in bed. There's his head right there. This is his head. This might be his girlfriend on top of him laying there, but I see another face in there. Yeah. But yeah, see eye, nose. He looks like his head is turned sideways. Oh, wow, look at this face here. The nose coming down and the eye here looking, they're like face to face. Oh, that's creepy looking. But underneath him, right in here, this looks like a passage or a doorway to underneath this guy's sarcophagus, you know? So I got to go in there. And also under this disc here, under in this space underneath here, I suspect that that this rock covers a void underneath there. And this thing I noticed, see, there's faces. See the face, the eye, the nose. There's a face next to him. So this all looks like a bunch of people in a hot spring. This would be the water, and these are all people sitting in a hot tub, kind of. But it's another guy's tomb. You know, here's one guy's tomb, here's another guy's tomb, but they're really just memorials. I don't know, you know. Until I find bones, they're memorials. Oh, but look at that color in there. See that green and stuff? Whatever that is, that'll, when I get closer and get some good pictures and stuff, and then I can enhance the colors in the picture to get the stuff out. Yeah, this is amazing stuff. Look at all these figures everywhere. Is that an entrance into a cave? I've suspected that the top of the hill might just be a roof of what they constructed down below here. And there might be voids inside. They said aliens came out of Antonito Mountain. Well, and this is, you know. Okay, there's the worshipers again. This is a temple. You see, it looks like the pillars on either side and the grand center thing. And look who's up here. It's the guy with the tombstone. He's right there. And look, there's some, this is like some type of starburst thing. And there's figures in here that looks like a woman's body, because it's a, yeah. And there's a woman standing there with a starburst around her. She must be omnificent. There's a little guy in there. Hey, what are you doing? So, yeah, here, look at this. Is that Madonna? Look, see the eye, the nose, the mouth, and the bustiers? That's Madonna. Her boobs are other people. Yeah, look at her arm coming down, and her hand down here, you know, the elbow. This is, there's the head and face in there. Well, she's rough. Let's pull her up a little closer. See? But this rocks. But these cave people knew that they did this on purpose, you know what I mean? There, see? Jimmy Dean. Hey, I got a little James Dean cartoon. About going out in a blaze of glory. You see, these are teeth, but they're also people. Okay, but they're the teeth of this thing here. That I don't only have the top of the head's off the top of the picture. There's an eye there and a nose thing looking down in the mouth of that thing. Looking at all these people standing there that are teeth. Wow. Okay. Keep going. Well, we'll show you this guy. See? There's skull head. And he's got an arm coming up here waving. Look, he's got legs. He's dancing with his old lady. See his legs coming down here? This is his legs. This is his shoe. And here's his old lady right here. And you see her body, and she's got a skirt. And there. And here's her legs coming out the bottom of her skirt. And so they're up there dancing. I think. That's what I see. This is almost it's like a K or something here. There was, I got a picture from below, but you see a face here, and this guy has like a crown. But if you went to the crown, there's a figure on each crown of the crown. Had 4 heads, one on each side. Ezekiel. Okay, next picture. Because, yeah, because I can find... That's the Mammoth rock. You can see the mammoth head there. His eye and the ear. And it's perfect anatomy. It's just 14,000 years old. This is Forrest Fenn. Sooner or later, each of us will be nothing but leftovers of history or an asterisk in a book that will never be written. And doesn't he look like an asterisk? Look at the mouth. And he's got the cowboy, you know. See the face? Boom. It's like a cowboy hat, and he's like a bubble man. He's made of rocks, you know. It's abstract art. Forrest would tell people, well, if you don't know what you're doing, be an abstract artist, because then it's whatever you want it to be, you know, basically. And if you want to find his treasure, you're going to have to see the shapes in the rocks and go down the rabbit hole. He talks about Alice in Wonderland. That's what he's talking about. He talks about that Indian chief who made the quote about Jesus, and that the white man goes into church to talk about Jesus. The Indian goes in his teepee and talks to Jesus, because the Indian goes in his teepee and he's eating that peyote and stuff, and he's out there talking to God. This will come out real neat because I added the, you know, to the picture. But, yeah, where was that face? There's stuff in here. They're kind of really rough and worn out. But there's figures in there. Yeah, that's an eyeball. This is a face. Oh, right there. There's somebody in there, in that hood. Okay. This is the mammoth. And you see here, this mammoth head here, and the trunk comes down and curls up right here. This is the trunk. Okay, that's the eye. You know, and the forehead. This is another mammoth forehead and a trunk, and it hooks too. There's other mammoth below him, smaller ones below him. And suddenly felt like a crippled ant in an elephant parade. If you were standing there, you'd be about the size of that hand there. He'd be the size of an ant to these elephants. Because they're 200, 300 feet tall. These are 2 people standing in here. Boom, boom. See? See him? It's an eye, an eye, an eye, an eye, and a nose, and a nose, and a mouth. Yeah, they're big elephants. See, see the trees? Those are full-size spruce trees, you know? This tree right here is 80 feet tall, you know what I mean? So these things are 300, 400, I don't know. They're huge. It dwarfs Mount Rushmore. and it's twice as old as the pyramids. There they are without that, okay? I just want to see, I make fun art. This is As I Have Gone Alone in there, I call this one. Because it's a woman. Long golden hair going into this crack cave. Oh yeah, it is a woman. Look at that. Jeez. I didn't notice that. But you'll find faces, and there's other stuff, smaller. There's a figure right there. You see him. Yeah, this is his head. His mouth, eye. Yeah, this was fun. See? Oop. I think kids have an advantage. Why kids have an advantage? Look at this kid swinging on the tree. You see his head here, his arm, his elbow here, and his hand, and his waist, and his leg here. I think see his leg goes down. He's got feet there actually on the other side of the tree. But it looks like he's there hanging on that tree and swinging on the tree. And look, there's an Indian chief right next to it. See the headdress, the feathers coming back here, and there's a nose, a mouth, an eye. You know, there's his Indian face, and this is his headdress coming. And there's another guy back here. Another figure in here. And each of these are a face. Jeez. It gets to be too much. You see, there's a guy right there. See the eye, and he's part of that guy's body. These people were eating the hallucinogens. You know, his face. Oh, it's just way too much, man. I have to take a break from it because it's like I've tapped into another dimension. But okay, so there's the kid swinging on the tree. You go up here, look at this. This is this is a guy here. This is an eye and an eye, and there's a figure behind the bush there. Oh, yeah, see there's heads up here. In here, there's 1, 2, 3 faces there. And then see this face, there's an eye and the nose and the mouth and the chin and the hair, and there's a figure saying each one of these crown points is another figure. It's up here. Da, 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 da. Hello, Indiana Jones. Man, look at this guy. He's like, look, there's a face underneath he's like in a mask, and these other faces. And there's faces on here. This is going to be a national park. I'm going to keep going, and this will be my video basically on my discovery, you know, because I just have too much evidence here. This has got to be a national park now, you know, because that is not a natural rock formation. That is arranged to look like a boy standing there in between the rocks, swinging on the... They say, well, the tree can only live for 1,000 years. Okay, so it dies in the forest. These aspens are actually a root system, and it says, well, that one died, pop another one back up in the same place. These people understood the earth. The earth is their God, basically. Look at that face back there on that rock. Look at that laps, my eye. Wow, that's on the inside of one of those up there, up in that crown. Interesting. These 4 people are still interested, but see, here's a couple people a couple guys right there. Boom, boom. And look at these lichens. Well, they only live 1,000 years still. You know, well, wouldn't the spot they were growing be a likely spot to grow again? And maybe some of this stuff they have, since they created these rock carvings, and some of it's a stucco-like, they maybe made some of these rocks. They aren't natural, actually made. You know, look at the face up there on top of him even. Boom. Those are lichens, so I don't look for faces in lichens, but I look for, like, here, you can see there's lichens. There's a face in here, but lichens have grown over the top of it. You got to look out for that stuff. See, there's a guy back here, a couple eyes and mouth, and And this looks like a skull with this. This is a jaw with teeth, and there's an eye socket. But there's, it's just people all over, all over. Yeah, just more figures. There's heads in there and figures in there. And, tired and weak. Oh, that's what this one is. Look at this. Okay, here's a bunch of rocks, right? Look at this. This is a fingernail. This is a big finger coming up here. And look at this. This is a hand. These are fingers. Wow. But this is the guy's butt. This is his back. Here's his head laying in there. This is his arm coming down and his hand down here. And his back sloping over his rump and down the back of his leg, and his other foot's out here. He's like slumped over, laying on top of these rocks, looking down. And there's this hand with these fingers here. Oh, wow. I amaze myself with what I can see in there. This whole thing here, this is one guy. That's his arm. Up. Oh. And this is a hand. It's a finger there. So somebody's holding him. You see this? This is a head here. Some other guy down here. And there's other figures. But that's a finger, and this is a hand. That's... Oh, how could I... It's almost, So it's... Oh, yeah. I'll put mine over the top of it. It's like this, Oop. I have to use a thumb and a... Okay, I just put my fingers over those fingers. Boom. And then there's another finger. Right there. So, yeah. And then the guy laying there on top with his arm coming down, his legs. Oh, man, that's amazing. So, and I had put tired and weak on there because that's what it looks like, a guy laying there slumped over the rocks. And that's not small. This is probably 30 feet from bottom to top. Okay, here you see the mammoth, the elephants, the trunk. Trunk comes down, curls up. Here's another elephant. Trunk comes down, curl up. The elephant, that's the trunk. This is the trunk, an elephant head. And each, they're boom, 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 covered with, and, ooh. You see? I think I looked there. Yeah, that's just pointed up. Because that looks like a tombstone laid up against there. Another guy, oh, hey. See, there's 1,000 places it could be. Here, Braving in the Wood, and he had a 9 on his chest. This guy, number 9. Here's his fighter jets. I put the F-100s in the plane names, the T-6 and the Piper and whatever. But you see the cockpit of the airplanes here. There'd probably be guys in the cockpit. You see, there's people in there. Does he have numbers on there? Did he put his name on it? Or an F? So there's, one airplane. Here's, I just call it his Piper, I think they're the ones that look kind of like that with a little bubble cab, kind of like the T6. And here's an F-100. You see the hole in the round nose. And here's the windshield. Here's the other F-100. He's wrecked several airplanes. Yeah, the drone footage kind of shows too much of the gives away the location. So, yeah, I don't know if that's an F-100 up there or what. It has the flat. Yeah, it is. See the opening in the nose? Yeah. Okay, so those are his airplanes. Boom. That's F-100. Boom. Here's the cockpit. And the Piper and the T6. Okay, so, I found helicopters, Biddy's boy, Rockwell boy, Gypsies, the Model A Cal with the 50 caliber hull, the Skippy's helicopter. I mean, who else has one? Who else has one? And people watch the Gypsies. They get 1,000 views, and I get 150. People are following the wrong people. I guarantee you. This is Forrest Fenn stuff. What I say is in there? Skippy scuba diving. How'd I see Skippy scuba diving? There's something there. There. Here he is, and he's got a tank on his back. I don't know what I was thinking, This is the, here, this guy, this is a tombstone, and he's propping up the tombstone. This is a head looking at it. It's a profile, sideways view, and it's also an Omega, sideways Omega. The tombstone is an Omega. This is an Alpha. This is the double blazes, the middle fingers. And the middle fingers are blazes. It's what the first drawing in the book, the Biddy's boy, and he's got his middle finger in his pocket. Is that telling you that middle finger is the blaze that he was hiding in his pocket? Because he was telling them, Biddies, blaze you, Biddies. Yeah. And I like this little guy here. See, he's got a little bubble nose. There's his eyeball and his hair and his ear. And he's got his head like in front of his body there. And he's sitting there keeping warm in front of the blaze. It looks like a fireplace hearth. You know what I mean? And there's the other faces here. Yeah, look at him. And you see the other thing that's right here. The airplanes, all those planes are just to the left, over this side on the right. And right over here is there's his airplane there. You see what I mean? Here's this fuel tank and this is the wing coming down, the tail fin. We went over this, and there he is in the cockpit. Yeah. Okay. Oh, to show people, because they can't see, they look at this, all I see is rocks. All I see is rocks. And so I cut out this area that's white to accentuate and show them. This is Donald Trump and Melania, his wife, right? But also you don't see here, there's another guy here, there's an eye, and this is there's a face right there. So there are multiple layers of faces. I'm going to let you look closer here so you see. I'm not, this is what's in the rock. And if you go back over here, she's the same, actually. It's just I cut her out. This is what's there. It's not easy to see through 14,000 years of erosion. You got to have an eye for it. And according to one of the Nikon professionals at Nikon, I got the eye. I'm not going to beg for donations. This is what I call it's Forrest Fenn's funeral. Here you see the Western girl here. Here's her pants and her arm and her face up here, and she's got a little cowboy hat on. This is a grave here. There's an alpha, an omega over here. You know, there's a number 2. There was a number 2, backward number 2 over here in the rocks. There's a triangle. There's another guy sitting here, you know. And this looked like, you know, somebody's grave. Somebody was laying here in the grave. And this guy's got the treasure box, and he's setting it on the grave. He's got a little white hat and a white shirt with sleeves and black pants like she has. Okay. And he's got a little box there that he's setting on this grave. This picture was taken from a quarter mile away, you know. But you see her up here, and she's got the hand symbol, that hand symbol that you see in his drawings. I ain't got light. Oh, man. Let me go to the next drawing. I'll let you look at that first. Let's go to the next one. The planes, we already seen them. Okay, here he is with his arm in a tube. Something reaching in there. I'll be right back here in a second. I realized my solar panel was pointing at the sunrise. So you see, there's Forrest Fenn sitting there, eye, nose. He's got his Air Force hat on, and he's just laying there up against these rocks, and his arm's going into this. You see there's an opening, and his arm's reaching in there. That's a magic thing there. Gives you clues. He was pointing out, you know, the clues. I like this guy here between the, you see him here, dark hair, square hat, and he's walking here across this opening. But that's where the eagle is, up there. And in this tree is some strange things, like there's the white rabbit. If you're heading for Alice in Wonderland. It's the white rabbit up there. So I started calling it Wonderland. And then I learned that Hiram Bingham also called Machu Picchu Wonderland. And here, you see, this is another airplane. This is the cockpit, and this is the front of his F-100, the flat, open nose, and this is just a piece of airplane wreckage there, because there were other pieces of wreckages near it, kind of. The Forrest Fenn fly fishing again, and here you see the fishing pole coming out, and the fishing line dropping down here, dropping down, coming down, and there's the fake treasure and fish over here in the well of the big tree, the wood. Okay, so there's Forrest flying on a pterodactyl. There's the beak coming down and the wing coming down here. Okay, we've gone over that. This guy, see him here, he's his eyes and nose and mouth, and he's got this stick out here. Oh yeah, that's a marshmallow out there on the end of the stick. And here's his fire over here. But you see his fire is actually, you know, it could be another person in the flame, I don't know. But what's this, like an inkwell thing in the fire, this black, I don't know. But, you know, that's another blaze. Okay, this one's him fishing. See, this is a figure standing here. See, there's an eye, and his mouth is open. Oh, and he's got this fishing pole here, standing over the river. That tree just ended up in the right place. The Rockwell boy, I think I went over him. And it's got a guy reaching in his head, and there's an eye socket, fist over his face. But there's a bunch of people climbing on him. Plays it. It's like Nazca, man. Come on, you got to see the art in nature. People keep bringing up the word. I'm way beyond all of that. I've confirmed that I've got it right. I'm pretty much confirmed I've got it right. So, it's like taking me back to kindergarten doesn't help me. I'm way beyond those early, beyond the poem. I'm working out the target in the drawings. The poem leads you to the drawings. The drawings lead you to the treasure. This is from my drone. See, just boop, there he is, looking up at us. Oh. And there's the other kid right down below him. You see him down there. See him right down here in the bottom. And then there's some figures over here I haven't figured, because you see him, what is he seeing? And you figure out what was seen. You see, these are the same. Another angle, there's them. But there's figures in here, and trying to figure out what figures are here. These might be the biddies over here. I don't know. Or people in the biddies figures. See, look at that baby face in there, man. Wow. Look at it. Is this the Beatles? That's the Beatles in there. Okay. There is something about nude dipping in a mountain stream that awakens the fantasy of unuttered freedom, lying restless just below the skin of all dreamers with the romantic notions of the past. When life was vast, when life was roomier and less encumbered by the rules of social custom. Well, you see, there's the bathing hole I found. If I took one step, then it's 3.5 feet deep. This hole is 3.5 feet deep and nice sandy bottom. So, yeah, I went alone in there. Those are pictures, not drawings. I'm not. You know what? You're a troll, not a viewer. Okay, so all you had to do is, I thought about some. If you just add eyes, it's easier to make out. Yeah. These are pictures of the things that are in his drawings for the person that is incapable of thinking like a human. Look at these people. See? I hadn't seen this guy here before. But I looked over that spot very thoroughly with my metal detectors. See, there's the totem, the can opener face teacher. And because these are his You know, these are all rock carvings. Like his marbles, carving marbles under the desk, the obsession with carving the marbles. So I call it, this is a Spanish toy factory area. And I just found some other stuff. I was looking over my drone footage last night and found something that, I can show it to you quick. I know where it is. Oh, wasn't that? Dang it. Oh. See, there I am flying my drone. And look right here. Hello. What's your name? Anybody? Let's suggest a name for this guy. I just call him a caveman because I think this is might be a cave there, or it might be a cave right in here. Ooh, we can see in there. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, wow. I gotta go in there. That's neat because on my computer, you see my reflection, my hands off the screen. Look at this guy. Look at him. I'm gonna poke him in the eyes. Okay, so there's the guy in there. There's the treasure inside that hole there, and you see the thing is, you drive right past it. You keep driving right past it, and you don't realize it's right under your feet. Yeah, I love this guy. He's amazing. He has a little hand on his face there, doesn't he? He has a hand pointing up there. But these are his hands coming up here. These are his fingers. He's holding something up. He's got another hand on this side. Or look, there's hands reaching around that. He's got hands reaching around. This is another tombstone. Another guy holding a tombstone. And look, there's another face on the side of the face. Looking that way. So, you know, there's some amazing stuff. So there's his hand there. There's other figures here and stuff. And this is right by my POWMIA figures, I call it. And it's looks like a bunch of veterans with poncho hoods over their heads. Okay, that's another view of that. Oh, see, and then down in here, his beard is a bunch of trees growing in this little cubby hole in here. And this snow down here, this is a creek. There's this guy here's eye socket, nose. There's so there's just figures everywhere. But this guy was cool. His eyes and his nose, he was so clear. And you see the face over here too, mouth, and the eye, nose. His face here looking over this way. This is a face here. That's a nose coming down there with eye. There's another face over here. This one. See, that's a face. There's just so much. And there are other ones. And, what's this red? You see, when things come up a different color on a phone than they are on the computer screen. Look at this guy. Look at him. Dark guy. See, he's got dark hair, he's got a mustache, and he's got a dark beard. Okay, we'll go back to my other. I was on that one. No. This one. No. Okay. I lost track Okay, I'm back in that one. Okay, we want to close this one because that was the wrong folder. All right. I must have been in here. Maybe in here. Okay. Now, Forrest Fenn says I'm the craziest guy he knows. And that tells me that I'm the guy that's just as crazy as he is. You know what I mean? So, that's, when he probably told the people that were looking for people for their reality show, and they asked him about me, and he probably, oh, he's crazy, Well, he's just saying he's just like me. The totem. And Forrest Fenn said this face over here, he says that's George Washington. That's George Washington there. And there's a face there, and a face there. And he's on the cheek. That's Forrest right there. See his eyebrows curl up on the outer edge. They come down in the middle. Yep, that's Forrest. And there's his guy with the pie. Up against this would be the tree. But, that's how it works. There's figures in here, and there's just all over the place. Tree stump field. I tell you, that's in a campground. One of the Homer Browns. There are several Browns. There's more than one Omega. There's more than one Brown. There's more than one Blaze. Each of the drawings are a Blaze. Make your life great. Do epic shit. Go forth and chase your dreams. It's an arch. This is the shadow of the arch, and my shadow in the shadow of the arch. This is about the Shakespeare entrances and exits again. You get it? You're not going to figure it out on your couch. You're going to have to make many, many trips before you get a clue of what you're looking for. How to recognize it. Boop. It's in colorful Colorado. Homer Brown. Brown's been busy. Cut down that big ass spruce tree, man. Oh, some eager beavers. Now this is my one of my ancestors, or my fifth great granduncle, Major Robert Rogers, and I thought that this, it kind of looked like him in there, but it's also the Grim Reaper. You see his sickle coming up and over his head and hooking down here. It's kind of cut off the picture, but there's also a Robert Rogers that was really neat. And this is the girl in the dress walking. See, here's her dress. Here's her leg coming down, and her foot, and her other foot. And you see the antlers of the deer that was in the other picture there. And there's her head up here. And here you see the Grim Reaper upside down. You see his sickle thing here. Okay. This is kind of like Nazca. Here's the guy in the woods. See the eye, the smile. This is the whole head, face. And he's got, I don't know, is that Indian feather or his hair coming out or whatever? He's a mohawk. Got a big hair standing up there. I don't know. There's the Grim Reaper with his sickle. He told me he liked this picture. This is my I'll show you where I camp when I go up there. You see those? See people in their camp? And I tell you what, the totem is just on the other side of this camp over here beyond these trees in the canyon. You see what? This is actually a double rainbow. You can see the other rainbow coming down here. There's the main. There. And the day before this, I was done with my day of searching. I was searching down in here, and I was climbing up this. I was right here at this spot when I said, God, give me a sign. And the next day I was in the same spot and got this. Yeah, that's a sign, I'd say. My experience besides the waterfall, on December the 22nd, 1968, 2 nights later, okay, I'm sorry. My experience besides the waterfall was on December the 22nd, 1968. 2 nights later, I walked into my front door in Lubbock to be greeted by my lovely wife and 2 beautiful daughters. It was Christmas Eve. So Christmas, so I have them in the treasure chest with the treasure in the treasure chest. And that's Forrest Fenn. I put him in there too. And if you look, I think she's in behind him. The leprechaun, I thought might have been in this bit, but nope, she's not in there. Okay. Yeah, so it's, Christmas, and then you see right here at the totem, who do we have here? This is Santa Claus. Prominent nose, prominent eyes and eyebrows, mouth, a beard, an ear, hair, and all that stuff. Man with a beard, Santa Claus. Right here, you see Santa Claus has got this kid here is bent over. He's bent over. Here's his back pocket. And Santa Claus is taking something out of his pocket. And his drawings show his hands going in his pocket, but that's a face too. There's 2 faces in there in his pocket. But see, this is the kid bending over. So, Santa Claus reaching into his back pocket thing. It's just, that's kind of strange there, but it's not in the formation. It's not, you don't have to break anything to get to it. But you see, there's all these people standing around. See, here's the kid over here bending over, but look at these people standing around watching. He said at the banquet table at the end of life, when everybody, all his stories come together. And I see all these, boom, face. You people, if you can't see it, you're absolutely blind. And then what do we got here? Look at this. There's a head. It's like these heads coming around this arch here, or whatever. But look right above them. Are these 2 horseshoes? Or 3 horseshoes? I see a woman's face right here. Okay, so we got all this going on here. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things happening. And you see here is the bottom of the totem and the kid with the pies. And this is in the arm, his arm coming over. Here's the giant arrowhead over here and the tombstone over here. And see, see this skull, this guy here. These are very cool, you know. So he, you know, look at this guy's head, his skull, his mouth. I got the pencil in his mouth. I stick him in the mouth. I stick him in the eye. And there's another face looking out at us, but there's a skull that's looking this way. And there's another, you know. Too much. Too much. His totem. I rested my arm on a bronze, so I was looking near the elbow. His arm resting on the bronze chest. No, not there, not there, not there. I spent a year on this spot. And short of destroying it, you know, you don't want to destroy it. It's not in the art. That stuff was there a long time. He has his thing with his starburst there. And I did this picture by accident. I thought I was blocking the sun. I didn't know I was becoming the sun. You know? So, and then when I look at, you know, I saw this on the internet. When I looked up Omnificent Guru, this picture come up. You know? And boom, 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 boom. There aren't many coincidences in life, you know? Yeah, Beavis and Butthead enjoying the treasure. Yeah, he said it'd be an omnificent guru that would find it, and so in order to find it, I changed my title to Omnificent Guru. So hear me all, listen good. Your effort will be worth the cold. If you are brave and in the wood, I give you title to the gold. The wood is the art. I've been brave enough to tell you that I'm seeing shapes in rocks. So where's the title now? There was once a man named Fenn who kept a treasure in his den. When cancer had threatened his end, he wrote a poem with his pen so his legend would never end, and he made some great friends. Forrest Fenn Fanatics. I think I wrote that. Says I did. If someone else did, I would have put their name on it. Go back and read the book again slowly, looking for hints that will help you with clues in the poem. And there's another thing that he said, to look at every abstract thing. None of the words in the book are abstract things. The drawings, the pictures are abstract things. The drawings can have more abstract things than the pictures, reality. And abstract is an imaginary reality, kind of, or whatever. So it's what you imagine it to be. So looking for the abstract things in the pictures, drawings, Bigfoot. It's in the canyon where near the rainbow and stuff. That too. One person would prove themselves right, at the same time prove 99,999 people wrong. We'll let that soak in a little bit. Yeah. Isn't that clever? Okay. They can't see it. They can't see it. They think they know where his treasure is. Oh, that makes me laugh really good. Yeah. They can't see his drawings, and they think they can't see the art in nature, and they think they can find his treasure. Man. The Forrest Fenn's quest. Yeah. See, because the plan is find the treasure, and I'm taking it to Vegas and be in negotiations with the highest bidding casino to exhibit it in Fenn's Golden Treasure Casino. And they'll pay me like $200,000 a month to keep it there indefinitely. That's $2.5 million a year. And, you know, with bonuses and whatever. And then when they're tired of using it for the name of the casino and the centerpiece of their casino, then I could stick it in the Smithsonian. And you don't have to give things to a museum. The museum can have it there on loan, you know. And museums will pay, because once it goes from the casino and goes to the other side of the country, there's a whole new crowd coming to see it. And so I think the Smithsonian actually pays for some of the attractions that draw people in. You know what I mean? Three Blazes and Jackpot pay on center line. Omega, a blaze. That's funny. Yeah. Have fun with it. You got to have fun with it. You know, there's the arrowhead. I think I heard that up earlier. See, here's what I was showing you. Now look at those. You know, compare them. See the curved thing of the butt and the arm coming down and over and hold. Here he's got a pie. Here he's got a box. See, and I overlaid him, took him right out of the drawing, took him out of here and put him up there. And there's Fenn's face again. There's the helicopter contraption. That's Skippy's helicopter. Gearbox. Gears. Forrest said gearbox. He didn't, washing machine or gearbox. Yeah, well, gearbox. That's what it is. It's a gearbox. Sitting there. Oh, and all the parts were, I didn't have that picture in this slideshow, so. Okay, here's, you know, Bigfoot. He's got it. And there's the Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean's still here. Oh, what better way to die? Yeah. Forrest Fenn fanatics. You see, there's a lot of good information in this video, and the reason I'm keeping going is because those who are really into the treasure hunt will watch the whole video, and those that don't, they miss a lot of information on the wood. Find all the pieces, make them fit. Who gives you title? A king, a queen. So these symbols, I'm looking for kings, queens, chiefs, whatever. Who can give me the title? So I'm looking for figures that'll give me a title or something. I don't know. I'm wondering if he has it stored in some lawyer's vault and he's sitting back watching it. We're his entertainment. He's watching us, and whoever demonstrates that they find this art in the woods and stuff, who's ever been most in depth and gotten the most correct at the time he dies, is awarded the treasure in his will. So if he is giving you the title, then he has a document somewhere that says that this person that who has done this and this and this, or he probably will hoping to, before, if he doesn't just die in his sleep, that he can add that person to it or something, because if he doesn't and nobody knows, I don't know, it's probably in his will something. He might have his grandson or somebody. The Biddies lived in a brick house. He lived in a wood house, but he doesn't say who lived in the straw house. Would be his straw man. Who is his straw man? I think it could be Doug. It could be his grandson, or some lawyer. But I think it's somebody that he trusted a whole lot. I think Doug is his straw man, and that treasure chest is over at Doug's house, in the trunk of a car that he gave to Doug or something like that. And Doug's just got it parked there in his driveway, and he's going to make the decision and go leave it at the museum in Denver for the person to go and pick it up. You wouldn't want to know what car that was exactly, because if somebody else knew that, hey, there's a car at the museum with $3 million in the trunk, let's go get it. It'd be gone quick if they knew what it was. So we don't know what car. A sedan. Is it a Cadillac? I like Cadillacs, Forrest. Good American car. Yep. Wise means bright. And the blaze is not physically bright, but its meaning means bright. This was where Warm Waters Halt I was heading for when I accidentally found the blaze, and so, but the Homer Brown and the blaze and all the where Warm Waters all makes sense and falls in line, and it's one after the other. Bing, 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 bing. Hint of Rich is old. Everything is all right there. So, but this is in the treasure zone. This hot spring. See the hot water coming down. I think it goes. This is a pool over here on the other side. See the water? There's a pool there. It's a free one. St. Peter. Sorry, Charlie. Charlie's yard never looked the same. Everybody going digging up Charlie Brown's yard. This is my cartoon, Oh, are we already back to the beginning? Yep, we're back to the beginning. So I went through 140 pictures there. Okay. Red hair. Hold down. Yeah. Okay. My Clovis girls. She was on a rock, actually, that's maybe 200-300 yards from this waterfall. And she was on a rock over in the Spanish toy factory. You see the pieces of the tree on her that were in front of her. So I could Photoshop those pieces of the tree out, but I don't do that. I don't Photoshop, Shelley. The only Photoshop I did was cut them out of the other picture just like they were and paste them, resize them and paste them in this picture so I have a cool little design and thing here. And notice I used the rainbow text. And be like Gorman, the fanatic. Yeah, Forrest Fenn's thing's all about the art. Find a good-looking rock, and I tell you, those girls are good-looking. That's some good-looking rocks. Those are the best-looking rocks I've ever seen. Forrest, if you're watching, just tell the other bloggers, Dale, Gypsies Kiss, Mysterious Writings, I don't think you talked to Joey. He'd probably have a restraining order on Joey. But anyhow, that cow excrement, or lasers, whatever, these man in the barn. The man in the barn is like, dude, I'm not going to tell you when I find it. That's what I forgot to add in this picture. I should have put the treasure chest right here on this little green stump. I can still do that. I want to see how I do that. I'm going to go get there, and back. Here's a fanatic brown. Okay. ST. Oh, I see it. Well, I'll go get the treasure chest. Open. Get out there. Get me a treasure chest. One of these. Ooh. I think I'll take this one. Is that the one I want? Oh, open. Why can't I double click? Okay, so I got my treasure chest, and I go here, and I go, I want my treasure chest to fit right here. And so I got to see what size that is. I guess I could have. And I copy it and I paste it. And now I know that space is 335 by 325. So about 335. Got to resize it. And, okay. Image, resize. And I make it 335. Boom. Ooh, and then I copy it, and I paste it in here. Now I want to make it so that it looks like it's really sitting there. A little hard. Oh well. Close enough. And my right mouse button on my mouse don't work, so I got to use the one on the laptop. There, that's better. I'll just save it. Because I have one with it saved without the girls on there and stuff. So there. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay. I can't touch the screen, huh? Zip. Yep. There they are. My, look. She looks hot. She's on fire. She's ablaze. Okay. That's it. Everybody have a good, what is it? It's not weekend yet. I plan on going up there someday this week, but I expect there's still too much snow. It's in a canyon. You can't see, or the sun doesn't see it too much. So, have a good day, everybody. Chat with you on Facebook or whatever. It's Forrest Fenn Fanatics. Omegas, no ends in Fanatic. There are 2 Omegas in Fanatic, no ends. See you later.